Hello, hello, and welcome back to Password. So it's time to start another route. I put up another poll, and Roswell was the winner. So we're gonna be playing Roswell's route next. I can't believe that he won over Sal. I'll be honest. I thought for sure, like I put up a poll and like just it'd be fun, right? But I thought I would be playing Sal's route next, so a little different than I thought, a little bit, but we will go with Roswell. Man, okay, I'm hoping this route will fix Roswell for me, because I'm constantly like, but why is Roswell here? Like, he's not, I don't know, like in none of the routes is he even pegged for like a maybe love interest. Like, I feel like even in like other routes, characters like Haas, Dean, and Tyson were like kind of put as like, oh, maybe there's something. And Orlando's like your best friend character. Sal's a mystery, but he's cool. But I kind of don't get Roswell, So yeah, I'm hoping this kind of clears things up for me with him. On my approach, Roswell looked up and sat upright as I got closer, flashing me a smile. Mind if I sit here, Roswell?
Please, be my guest. It'll be like old times.
I smiled as I sat down, wondering why he phrased it as if he was recalling when we had dinner together as kids.
I hope they bring pudding out afterwards.
Isn't it a little early to be thinking about dessert?
Never!
I looked over to what Roswell had loaded up on his plate, and it seemed to have been, for the most part, fine. Honey glazed carrots, sweet, some peas, meat. Seemed like a better mix than just eating candy. Still, it's been a while since you were over at mine for dinner. Why did that stop anyway?
You just never invited me over anymore.
Oh, right.
Still, maybe there's something we can look forward to after this, if everything lines up and we don't have to worry about school.
Yeah.
But you better have pudding.
I laughed, shaking my head. Roswell loved his sweets, almost to the point that when he was snacking, he normally had something in his pocket. It wasn't just candy, though. He typically had all sorts of junk food, having gone as far as to recommend that what each of us should be eating when we study for finals. As I ate, I occasionally looked over to Roswell, who seemed to just be pushing things around on his plate, looking thoughtful. Everything okay?
Mm-hmm.
No sooner than he flashed me a smile and replied, he went back to looking thoughtful, almost troubled by something. Are you sure?
Positive.
He kept watching me as he stared, eating his carrots, seeming more chipper as he went. Long before the both of us were finished, and Roswell pushed his plate and forward as if making space for the dessert that was hopefully going to come by. Huh.
Oh boy, pudding!
I look over to Roswell, who was looking cheerful at the... Can you make pudding that quick? I mean, I suppose you can make, like, instant pudding, right? That's the thing. I'm thinking about this too hard. Who was looking cheerful at the dessert before him. It looked to be 3 flavors all layered in a glass, topped with some whipped cream and a small cookie. Well, Orlando must have gone all out for yours, Roswell. I'm only half sure what I got.
It's tiramisu, at least based on the chocolate dust on top.
I thought I could smell coffee, still.
What's the matter?
Oh, nothing, just... I compare our desserts, and at a glance, his seemed much fancier than mine. Maybe Orlando likes you more than me.
I doubt that. It could be any number of things. Perhaps a peace offering after what happened on the bus, or as thank you for organizing the trip. Or maybe he poisoned it as revenge.
Roswell, that's mean.
Which is why.
Roswell, unflinchingly, took a spoonful of his pudding and put it into his mouth, sighing out as he swallowed.
I'm confident it's not poisoned.
Roswell flashed me a smile, digging into his pudding. Why would he talk about poisoning? Almost writhing in joy after each spoonful, it must have tasted great. Turning to the dessert made for me, I took my spoon in hand and gave it a taste. Interesting. Yeah, we can skip it and just go to the vault, right? Okay. Is there a password for day 2? Am I an idiot? Is there something here that I don't know? Is there a cool, like, I feel like now that I've cleared up the day 4 one and the day 11 one, I'm like, is day 2 the only day I don't know a password for? I think so. Oh, I have to. Whatever. I don't. F. Yeah, I get it. I mean, obviously we're gonna do Roswell, right? Obviously. Roswell was probably the right one to speak to. If there was anything funny going on, he would, or should know. Best case scenario, he'd be able to reassure me that there was nothing going wrong. Worst case scenario, he might know how some sort of a ghost bargaining strategy. I shot him a message and got a reply almost instantly. It was rare for... Do you reply to things instantly, audience? You know, just chatting one-on-one. Do you like to reply to messages right away? Because I don't know about you, but I like letting them, like, sit for a bit. You know, like, I'll read it, I'll think of a response, I'll maybe even type a response, but I won't send it right away, you know? I like to let it, like, simmer, I guess, you know? Just, you know. Is that bad of me? Just leave people hanging for like 12 plus hours? Like if it's a pressing like message, I'll do it right away. But if it's any bit casual, I'll be like, I can just not. It was rare for Roswell to be awake this early. Normally he'd sleep in due to the sugar rush from the night before. I sent him another one, asking if he was free to talk. Not even a minute ticked by before the door to my room opened with Roswell peering in.
I came as quick as I could.
That was fast. Come in, Roswell. He stepped around the door, closing it behind him and wandering over to my bed.
So? How's you worried? Have you seen a ghost?
No, but it feels like this place is haunted. If not that, something's making me feel off.
Well, I haven't noticed any normal paranormal activity or any sign to say there's a malicious spirit lingering about.
What about the forest?
Trust me, I'd know.
I know. I mean, I know it's a hobby, but if things were to go down, you'd be able to, you know, do something about it?
Would that make you feel better?
I nod quickly, a smile forming on Roswell's face.
So as long as it's something like a ghost, yeah. I've read a bunch of books. More likely to find something to help in one of those than lugging around some fancy ray gun.
What, like that old movie?
Well, yeah, I prefer a more traditional exorcism method. If you're that worried, just go grab some salt from the kitchen and throw it at anything that spooks you.
Oh yeah?
Yep. Either you'll banish the ghost or blind whatever assailant is looking to do you harm, so you can run away.
We both laugh, the tension falling away from our discussion, and a lot of my worries fading away. Roswell flashes me a smile, and I took the chance to ask him something else that had been bothering me. There's something else too, not entirely as important, but something I've noticed.
Well, what's that?
This place, very big for just one butler, right? Shouldn't there be more staff?
I was thinking about that too, to be honest. I don't really know much about the place, but I do remember hearing that it played host to a bunch of people on and off, as opposed to having a huge family staying here on a permanent basis. Then something happened, and the people stopped coming. If people aren't using the space, I guess it doesn't take a lot of cleaning if you don't have to clean every room. Even then, I got the impression the owner must be loaded.
Well, good to know we can rule you out as the owner then.
Hey, you never know. I could be the owner.
After another brief laugh interlude, Roswell looks me over.
So, feeling a little better now?
I think so.
I doubt there's anything bad going on. And even if there was, we have options. Just put it down to an unfamiliar bed for now, and I guess we'll take it a day at a time.
Right.
Now, I think I'm going to go back to bed for a bit of rest up. You should probably use the time to do the same before breakfast.
All right, I'll see you downstairs. Thanks again, Roswell. Roswell left and I got dressed. Taking his advice, I rested up before it was time to head down for breakfast. Oh. Okay, do these kind of decisions influence all the characters, or is it just them? Like, I know that, you know, Roswell doesn't like Tyson, so if I sit next to Tyson, will that decrease my affection with why do I care? I'm sitting next to Tyson. I don't care how much people hate me for sitting with Best Boy. He's cute. It's good. Well, I'm going to ask Roswell. Did I really never ask Roswell? Oh my god. Wow. Okay. Roswell, what happened?
We were just talking, and then he just snapped all of a sudden.
Wait, what? What did you say to set him off? He called me a puppy. A fucking puppy. Wait, really?
Maybe?
You bet he did. How many times do I have got to say it? Lupus, wolf. Roswell stepped out from behind Sal, stomping his feet at Tyson and pointing at him, trying to stare him down.
And I told you, it's Canis Lupus. Lupus. You're still a canine.
Tyson started to snarl, Roswell backing down with a yelp and ducking behind Sal again while holding his ears. I couldn't tell if this was a big deal or not. It was something Tyson had always been touchy about, but I had no idea why. I looked between Roswell and Tyson and Roswell, struggling to find the line that diffused the situation. That's when Sal spoke up. Is this an important thing to argue about? Of all the things you could be fighting about, that's it? Honestly. Ty was staring daggers at anyone that was addressing him, while Roswell was clinging to the back of Sal's shirt, sneaking peeks around him every chance he got. I watched as Ty balled up his fists, shooting me a look. He was pissed, and I don't know if I did any favor by asking Roswell over him. As he stomped out of the room, he bumped me on the way past, nearly toppling me over. No, Tyson, No. uh, Roswell caught me and kept me on my feet while the others checked in on Roswell. Me, on the other hand, looked over my shoulder to see Ty disappearing in the direction of the basement. When Tyson was out of the picture, Roswell stepped out proper from behind Sal with a sigh.
So?
So? Mind catching the rest of us up? You should better be careful. He could have hurt you.
I was fine. I was just caught off guard, that's all.
I don't know, that seems, well...
Really, I would have been fine.
But why call him a puppy, though? That's just asking for trouble.
Well, you might have come up.
Me?
Yeah. You came up in the conversation and he looked happy and spaced out. Then... okay. Might have been a poor choice of words. Still, he shouldn't have overreacted to being corrected like that. It's alright to be wrong sometimes.
That's one thing, to be just wrong, and another to have someone correct you, though. Be more careful in the future. Right. Nothing bad happens this time, but we arrive. Nothing bad happened this time before we arrived, but...
Okay, I'll be more careful.
Okay. Man, we didn't go down to the basement and cheer up Ty. Huh. Let me... where's my... that's a window that I want over here. Where is my notepad? File... Password notes. Okay. I have it listed as day 4 is discovery. Is there a thing on day 3 that I missed? I'm going to, don't look at these saves. Wait, that's that one, that's that one. That's Orlando. Sure. No, I don't want to use Discovery on this day. Like, I want to go through Roswell's bad ending and then use a save to get back to day 3 or 4. I don't have anything listed under. Huh. That's fine. It's fine. Just gonna let it... Who should be my partner? It's going to be Roswell. Roswell was my best friend, so he was a solid choice. Plus, given the help arranging the thing, maybe that'd give me the edge. Who didn't like winning after all? Oh my god. Man, I love how, like, you do Orlando and Roswell, and it's all about, like, how, oh, I could get the edge by being partnered with them. But, like, you partner with Dean or, like, Tyson because, like, you want to be with them. I think that's cuter, right? But still, Roswell moved away when we were young and moved back only a couple years ago. This would be a chance to catch up properly and reminisce about the old days. I choose you, Roswell.
So long as you don't think this'll make things easier just because I arranged things, then I accept.
I laughed, wondering if I was that transparent.
But alright, that's us sorted. How about everyone else?
I'll team up with Orlando. Works for me.
Orlando beamed at Sal, leaving Sal looking a little confused as to what he was so happy about. That said, it seemed as though their team was set. There were 3 left. How about you and me, big guy? Me? Well, alright, sure. That left Tyson by himself, but from how he was sulking, it seemed as though he wasn't all that keen on playing. If he wanted in, he would have spoken up by now. I mean, you say that, but like... okay.
Are you ready?
Ready as I'll ever be. Think we've got a shot, given, we're the last ones in?
Oh, good question. I would assume so, right? I don't think any of us have been in a maze before. In the maze before, so we should be all just wandering around the same level of insight on its layout.
Is this why you decided to choose the hedge maze?
Benson gave me the clue, remember?
Oh, right.
It just happened to work out that the one he knew was somewhere that we could all go, and hopefully a place none of us have really checked out, except for Tyson. It does
make me wonder about where the others could be.
Why's that?
Well, if they're lost, they should just be like around the mansion, right?
Sure.
So it'd just be like spring cleaning?
Well, when you put it that way, it seems a lot less fun. But at the same time, why would one be in the hedge maze of all things?
I don't know.
I guess it doesn't matter, does it? May as well try and see if we can find it.
Right, shall we?
Let's.
The pair of us entered and began wandering. At every branch we went over our last few turns to make sure we weren't going around in circles needlessly. Wait.
Why didn't they put up any signs? This place is poorly signposted.
Why would you signpost the maze, though?
Fair point. But imagine that, like, you got lost in your own maze for hours.
I guess you got one. If you got one installed, you know the layout pretty well, or have a map.
Or leave it up to your butler to find you.
Hey, I wouldn't turn down that offer.
I don't think Benson is going to be coming to get us if anyone gets lost. Not only would someone need to make it out, they need to find Benson, and Benson would need to know the layout enough to retrieve us.
You don't think he'd know how to navigate this?
I wouldn't think it's a safe assumption. He works around the inside of the mansion after all, not necessarily around the outside.
Then who's gardening? Oh, this music looks loud. Oh my god. Sorry if that was covering my voice. That is not. I'm gonna move my microphone a little closer to me, you know.
Didn't really know. Even with the greenhouse, I assume someone around here would mow the lawns, but
I thought about it as Roswell trailed off, giving the size of the grounds. It'd be a lot of work unless you had one of those ride-on mowers. Maybe Benson has one of those mower cars. You know, that ones that you can sort of drive around.
Maybe. Or maybe they just hire a gardener to come out every now and then. If you have the money, you could always outsource it.
Or maybe they could get Dean to do it.
Or maybe they have a pact with nature spirits to just keep things as to keep the place well groomed.
That's a thing?
Probably not, but it'd be pretty magical if you could just ask the spirits to do your yard work for you. Wouldn't you go that route if you could?
Yeah. If there was someone else willing to do my chores, why wouldn't I?
But that's so lazy.
Hey, I like to think that'd be efficient. Imagine all the things I could do if all my chores magically did themselves.
Well, I am a fan of magic.
We continued wandering around for a bit, chatting about old times. Roswell and I had always had these conversations, random thoughts that would seem like constant tangents from the original topic, but somehow we were able to follow whatever logics strung the topics together in our heads. Somehow we ended back at the entrance before everyone else, though.
Oh, oops.
I'm kicking things, I'm sorry. Did we just do a circuit? And I look back at the way we came, wondering how that was even possible.
Well, we could always go back in. To be honest, though, I'm a little tired. You're welcome to go in without me if you want.
Everything okay?
Oh, yes, just been restless lately. Maybe with school over. It's all just catching up with me. I crammed so hard in those last couple months. That's probably all it is.
No kidding. You were holed up so much, Orlando and I were starting to worry.
I just wanted to make sure I did well. If I pride myself on anything, it's my knowledge. Without that, well, to be honest, I don't have much else going for me. I'm small, not very strong, younger than the rest of the group, and chances are I don't think I'd be able to run very far without getting tired. But research, deduction, and random facts, I have that covered easily.
So so long as you don't start putting yourself down, Roswell. I shuffle uncomfortably, not really sure how I should handle him making light of what he can do by highlighting all the things he's not good at.
Oh, it's not like that. I just know my limits and play to my strengths. You play to yours passively, though, Dave.
I do?
Of course. Without trying, you manage to befriend so many different people, and you hold them together like glue. Well, at least until they get to meet each other. Maybe you're just good at finding decent people. Plus, Tyson.
That's so rude, Roswell. Roswell, that's so fucking rude. Tyson's a better person than you'll ever. I'll stop. I frown and I frown back at Roswell, crossing my arms.
And before you go getting on the defensive, I'm well aware. But that doesn't mean I have to like him or forgive him. Wounds like that don't just heal, Dave. No matter what may have happened in the time I was gone, but if it helps, I'll try and keep an open mind, even after yesterday.
The fact that you were willing to talk to him at all means a lot. Just, I don't know, maybe let me be the buffer next time.
What? What? Think I wouldn't be able to take care of myself if it happened again?
I mean, you kind of hid behind Sal for a bit, and if Tyson got his hands on you, he's a lot stronger, so yeah, maybe just be more careful.
Right.
Roswell and I figured, with the amount of time we'd spent not searching for the metal, we may as well call it here, instead waiting for everyone else to exit the maze.
He went back inside, I think. I caught him leaving the maze and went right back without stopping. You were checking your phone, I think.
Really? Seemed odd I wouldn't notice him.
Promise.
Caught him leaving the maze and went right back without stopping. You were checking your phone, I think. That seems odd that I wouldn't notice him.
Promise. He's not still in there. Otherwise, we'd hear him calling out for help.
Well, alright.
We could even go over our game plan, given we didn't find this one.
No, go out. Sure?
Great.
Okay, so I will put the save here for later. and we'll just put in a random letter. D, the ultimate D. Shout out to Edo Phoenix. Love him.
Here's an idea. It's a pretty good one if I don't say so myself.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. The museum upstairs. We could start researching where the other medals could be.
Wait, really?
Sure. The courtyard where Orlando found the first one was pretty neat, and, why would it be there?
I guess that's true.
Guess we were only given one clue. Wouldn't hurt to see if we could find something else, right?
Do you know what to start looking for?
Nope. Let's just wing it.
Wow, 10 out of 10. Roswell then forcibly drags me to the museum.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I can't.
Okay. So there's a whole lot of books and records and stuff here.
Okay, but but of what though, and why?
The family that used to live here, maybe they were just really into documenting their family history.
I guess, but isn't a whole museum kind of overkill?
What else would you do when you got that much money, though?
I don't know. Start a collection of absolute bullshit. Maybe buy one of every Kamen Rider belt. For reasons.
Maybe it's just what you do. Take pride in the lineage and stuff.
I don't think I'd be doing that if I won the lottery tomorrow.
No. What would you do with all with that sort of money?
Okay, so but actually, or invest. So I feel like if I literally won the lottery, right? Yo, lotto. Small bird wins lottery, you'll see that headline tomorrow. I would probably actually just buy a house. Right? I might buy 2 houses. Or I would definitely buy a house for myself. And I'd probably invite the parentals so that they don't have to worry about that kind of stuff, Find a place and have a family house, I guess. A bigger house, so non-single family houses, so maybe just a bigger one, so fit the whole more people in case other family wants to move in or something, be nice and be a thing, I'd probably pay debts though. It'd be nice to have all of my school debt for starters, to pay off all my school debt for starters.
Oh yeah, not a bad start.
It's kind of boring, but I think it'd be nice to not have to have that sort of thing looming over me while I look for a job.
I hear you there. Although, I guess I'll count myself lucky. No debt for me, anyway.
Wait, really? Did you get away with a scholarship or what?
No. I just had it all paid off beforehand. I just, prefer doing things that way, at least.
Wait, so are you loaded as well?
Not anymore. I just like saving money and spending it on worthwhile things. I'm just a living piggy bank.
What would you do with that sort of money anyway? Say $1 billion.
$1 billion?
I'd buy as many ghost rare power tool dragons as possible. For reasons. Favorite signer dragon, Lua best boy or something. I don't actually believe that. I mean, it's 5Ds. I don't think anyone's really best boy. Maybe Bruno, actually. Bruno best boy. But well, yeah, but it's just an example.
But that's a lot of money.
Well, whatever. Imagine it's less.
Huh. I think, if I had that much money, I'd probably, fund medical research.
Really? That's very generous. What sort of research, anyway?
I don't know. I just like the idea that money's just a large barrier to large leaps in medical science. Just imagine all the scientists and doctors that want to run trials and get bounced back because of money.
Yeah, but a whole lot gets bounced back because of ethics too, right?
Then I'll bribe the medical board.
God damn! Whoa, that's really intense.
Just imagine all the people that would have been saved from disease when, we have the vaccine for now because we'd, forced on medical research. Who's to say we couldn't cure cancer or, like, dementia? That's plenty of things that I'm sure, we would cure in time, but just things get in the way, right?
Roswell looks off into the distance, eyes glossy. I didn't realize he was so passionate about things like that. As far as I could recall, he was never sick when we were kids, outside the one time he got a cold. Did something happen to your family, Roswell?
They're all dead. What?
I mean, since when have you, been that hardcore into medicine?
It's been on my mind for the past couple years, since the last time I got sick, really. I'm not smart enough for the medical field myself, but if I could help, then I totally would. Just, I don't think that, there's much, street magic could do to assist in that. Not outside cheering up patients, anyway. But I want to be more proactive than that. Winning the lottery, I think, would help more than I could atone.
We share a moment of silence while I, digest what Roswell had said. You must have, gotten pretty sick to suddenly be all in on supporting the medical field.
Oh yeah, I guess so. Honestly, it was pretty bad, but I'm here now. Anyway, we really should start researching. Remember, that's why we're here.
Roswell laughed and hurried off, calling from behind a bookshelf.
I think there's a book over, some books over there about about the family tree, but there might be a book on the house itself.
Oh sure, maybe I can find a floor plan or something. And so began the search for information. Blue. I pulled the blue book off the shelf and began to flip through. It was, well, honestly, it was a goldmine of information for the stuff on display in the room, almost like a catalog. Somewhere closer to the back had the medals explaining more what they looked like, the medals in them, and such. The main thing that stood out was that it was a collection that was gifted to the Hammond family, but it didn't say where they were currently. Hamden. There wasn't any information really about the family itself, but at least there was a name.
Find anything interesting?
I took another look to the book before putting it down on the shelf with a sigh.
How do you go?
I mean, there's a ton of books to go through.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to know where to start, right?
Only thing I managed to find out was that this place was... oh god, excuse me. I managed to find out was that this place and the Hamden family go together.
The Hamden family?
Yeah, are they like relatives of yours or something?
Are you just assuming that because I'm a bore?
Yes.
I mean, I'm only guessing. Hamden, after all.
And, well, that means they seem to be...
racist. But no, as far as I know, no relation. But who knows, maybe.
I mean, how many well-off Boer families are there?
Honestly, I don't know. I do well enough. And I guess the Hampton family did as well. That's if the house is theirs after all.
I mean, that was my assumption.
Aside from who owns this place, anything else concrete?
Nothing that we didn't already know. There are gaps here and there, too, but I guess the house might have been renovated after it was originally built. Either that.
Either that, or someone's been maintaining this place really well.
Like Benson?
As good a butler as he is, even that's a bit overkill for him. At least I think so.
So where does that leave us?
Well, there's still plenty left to look at, right?
No kidding.
Let's get back to it then.
For the next few hours, we pored over the books, and most of it seemed to be the same sort of stuff. There were a lot of books, too, covering a lot of other subjects, like our... What is this word? Ornithology? Geology? Toxicology, and even hematology. But as much as we looked, still no luck. Any luck on your end?
Still nothing. Still a lot of books to go through, though.
I think I might be at my limit for now. It's just it's so much, you know?
I can respect that. You never were much for the library back home, right?
Well, hey, I liked getting on the computer.
And what? Play free-to-play MMO adventures?
No, obviously. We play Balloon Tower Defense. Hey, I'll have you know that my internet adventures were more sophisticated than that.
Really now?
Really?
Well, I still want to have a look around some more. I'm certain there's something in here. I can feel it. I'm really feeling it.
Suit yourself. I might check it out later, after I take a nap or something. As I reached for the door, I looked back to Roswell, who was looking back with a tired smile. I gave him a brief flash of a smile and a thumbs up before he returned the gesture, diving back into his book. He was intent on winning the contest, it seemed, or at the very least, wanted to learn more about something. I figured it'd leave him to it and ask him about it after the nap. After spending the rest of the, okay. Sorta. Roswell and I spent a bunch of time looking through the museum for stuff. You know, anything to get an edge on the competition. Oh. You two make a big effort for a reason. You two making a big effort for a reason? Was more Roswell's idea, but did learn a few things. Anything worth sharing? Why, looking for extra hints of where to find some more stuff? Can you blame me for trying? Well, really there wasn't much to go off. There was, nothing in the whole museum? Not really. A bunch of books about families, about the family, a little about, some heavy topics, almost like a school library. Sounds right up Roswell's alley for sure. Maybe I should check it out. Never know what might be useful for a future acting role. But I might have to save that for another night. Probably a good idea. Roswell seemed pretty stuck. Stuck to it, leaving up to stuff. You'd probably need a whole day instead of just an evening to find anything useful with how little we found. Why doesn't that surprise me? Okay, so let's... We do thing. He wanted to stay upstairs and keep researching. I haven't seen him since I went up for a nap. Should I go looking for, should I go, take him some food later? Nah, I'm sure he'll be back eventually. I've seen him get like this a few times when it comes to really getting into stuff. Last time I saw this happen was when he learned a new magic trick and spent the whole day in his room trying to get it to work.
Magic trick, huh? Well, so long as he's all right. Maybe I'll check on him later. He's all by himself, given everyone else is accounted for, right?
Unless Benson keeps him company.
Well, if that's true, it seemed I haven't seen Benson around lately too. That's probably where he's gone.
It didn't take me too long to get sorted. One quick shower later, and I jumped into bed, feeling my eyelids close on their accord. Okay. Uh. Okay. Oh, okay. So just tie? Okay. Well, it's day 5. Video late is running late, so we'll end it here. So I'll see you around, everyone.